The New York Giants as an outfit have made some eyebrow-raising calls, and one of those has to do with how they handle their banged-up players. We still got 8 games on the docket in what's shaping up to be a rough 2023 campaign for the New York Giants. But before we do a deep dive into this season that had us hopeful, maybe a little too hopeful in hindsight, let's not sleep on those 8 games that'll keep dropping hints as the G-men try to revamp their core moving forward. Meanwhile, some early diagnosis is already in for this wild ride of a season. On the latest Locked On Giants podcast, we had a special guest, Ed Valentine from Big Blue View, and he took us back to the spring to highlight a funky decision by the crew in charge, including the coaching staff and medical squad when it comes to handling certain players with a history of injuries. Man Games Lost, the injury tracker, says the Giants have had it rough, being the most banged-up team between 2009 and 2022, reporting a staggering 3,727 injuries during that stretch. Look, not all injuries are cut from the same cloth. You gotta consider the type, the severity, and who's getting hit, starters or backups. But as a whole, the Giants have been struggling to get a handle on this situation, leaving not just fans, but folks within the organization scratching their heads, wondering how to put the brakes on what seems like an organization-wide outbreak. 2023 alone has been extra rough on the Giants, and we're talking about key players they can't afford to lose, like left tackle Andrew Thomas, hamstring, Saquon Barkley, rock, ankle, center John Michael Schmitz, shoulder, tight end Darren Waller, hamstring, Daniel Jones, our signal caller, knee, Graham Gano, the kicking ace, knee, Azeez Ojulari, the tackling machine, ankle, Adoree Jackson, the cornerback extraordinaire, neck, and Evan Neal, a big guy on the line, ankle, to drop just a few names. Injuries are part and parcel of the game and can hit you out of nowhere, no doubt about that. But where a squad can make a difference is in how they handle these injuries when they come knocking. Take, for example, Daniel Jones. When he banged up his knee at the end of the first quarter in last week's loss to the Raiders, he told the coaches and trainers he's good to go, only to find out his knee wasn't as steady as he thought. The Waller situation is also a bit puzzling, with Waller mentioning that his hamstring trouble might have started brewing after the game against Washington the week before. And here's another head-scratcher from last week, letting Jones, fresh off a 3-week break thanks to a neck injury, and reportedly still not 100% pain-free according to The Athletic, run a quarterback sneak in the first quarter against the Raiders. The players have been solidly backing the medical team for how they're handling these injuries. Gano recently went all in, saying, "We got one of the top medical squads in the whole league." I saw some haters online questioning them, and I don't cuss much, but I gotta say it's some BS, honestly, 'cause these cats are tops in the league. I trust my own kin with them. I got mad love for these cats. They did right by me. My knee would have been messed up if it weren't for these folks.